Hello everyone, so with this guy here, you can now transfer any Pokemon and make them usable for ranked battles. Today I'm going to go over 10 tips on how to really make use of this mechanic. So number 10 is a tip on what not to transfer. So don't transfer Pokemon with transfer moves, because what happens is, in order to make them battle ready, your Pokemon has to basically relearn its moveset. And sometimes it'll have rare transfer moves, like this Curse Wigglytuff. It's not that good, by the way. I didn't have anywhere else to take it. And I would rather keep those for restricted play instead of just, instead of transferring it and then using it. Because if I wanted it later on, I would have to end up just, getting another one back in that generation. I would rather just make a new Wigglytuff. If I had a Wigglytuff strategy for this generation, I wouldn't use this Wigglytuff. I would use my new Wigglytuff. Same thing with this Porygon. I wouldn't take this. I might actually remove Charge Beam on this one. I don't care for a Charge Beam Porygon. But like, if I had a different strategy for Porygon, I would definitely not use this Porygon. Like, if you have Toxic on your Porygon, Toxic on a lot of Pokemon, Explosion, a lot of moves have been removed, so those are moves you might want to keep if you want just a more optimized move. Like, Explosion's a really good move. Chansey with Toxic makes it a good stalling tank. If you don't have Toxic, how are you going to stall with Chansey? You have to think of something else for Chansey. You have to use the Seismic Toss or something. Hone Claws. Hone Claws from Generation 6. This Durant has Hone Claws. You can't get Hone Claws the same way. You have to, like, breed it, and some Pokemon just don't get Hone Claws as part of their natural moveset. They have to get the TM from Generation 6. Pluck from Generation 5. I made a whole video on transfer moves, but basically, yeah, you are kind of stuck with those moves. Or you're not stuck with those moves, but you don't want to get rid of those moves because it took so long to get it. Just make another Pokemon. And that's just breed one from scratch. Don't remove your rare moves. That's my 10th tip, or my first tip. That's a top 10, so I'm going down. So tip number 2 is also very important, and that is your egg moves. So that guy, since he resets your Pokemon's movesets, you will lose those egg moves that you worked so hard to breed onto your Pokemon. So how are you going to get them back? Well, the easy thing to do is, just take another Pokemon of the same species, delete their moves so that you have room for your egg moves. So here's my other Vanillux. And just put them into daycare together. It'll teach that Pokemon the move. Then you can, so do that all before you make your Pokemon battle ready. Once you've done that, and you made your Pokemon battle ready, you can just go back and reteach the move onto your Pokemon. Very easy. So I think this one's pretty obvious at this point, but my third tip is just going to be, if you already have a good competitive Pokemon, you might as well just transfer them in. Because why waste your resources making another one? Unless you really need it for, like, the Battle Tree, Battle Maison, Battle Subway, if you're all the way from Black and White, like Battle Frontier, whatever you had that you still don't really need anymore for that generation, you can just transfer them up. There's no sense wasting your time breeding another one unless you've already done it before this update, because you can just use that one. I mean, sometimes you do have to update their moveset. Sometimes they have old moves, and sometimes you don't want to update their moveset because then they have to get rid of their old moves. But like I said before, but in this case, you don't want to waste your time. I actually did this with a few Pokemon, and, you know, I'm going to be honest, I don't really use those Pokemon. I mostly use my new Pokemon. But it's still kind of cool to have them around. And that's just why I'm going to include that. Don't waste your time going for new Pokemon when you already have a Pokemon. My next tip is for regional Pokemon, and what I mean by that is, like, regional variant Pokemon. So, your Alolan, Marowak, Raichu, and Exeggutor, as well as your Cantonian Weezing, you only get, like, the in-game trade girl, and then the digging duo guy, or not digging duo, the guy you find all the diglets for, you only get those two. But what if you need another one? What if, well, I guess you can trade from that girl again, but it's very hard to go after that girl, and sometimes you just want your original trainer just because it's more personal to you. I don't know. Overall, though, there's an easy solution to that, and that solution is just transfer one in from the Alola region, or in the case of Weezing, any region that isn't the Galar region. Because you can easily get those Pokemon and make them battle ready, and they'll have their Alolan form, or in the case of Weezing, their Cantonian form. Now, the cases where you'd use my next tip are few and far between, but it's still very useful, and those are Pokemon that you just straight up cannot get in the Galar region at all. And in this case, we have Pikachu with a hat. I don't know if you can actually rank that one because it is an event Pokemon, but I think you can. But that's not the main one. The main one are the Swords of Justice. Now, currently, the Swords of Justice are the only Pokemon. So here's my Terrakion right here. Currently, these are the only Pokemon that are eligible in ranked battles, like the entire species, but you can't get them anywhere in Sword and Shield, and they were never available as events. They were never available in any kind of way in Sword and Shield. You have to transfer those ones. And so, in order to do that, you need to talk to the ranked battle guy. So that's very important. So, my next tip is just training your Pokemon in a more optimal way. One other bonus to transferring Pokemon is that you don't waste your Galarian resources, I guess. I don't know. Your Generation 8 resources. You can just train off of your horde hunting, your SOS method. I would still say the Galar region has one of the better ways of doing it, especially after the Isle of Armor. But if you just don't want to use up your resources from the Galar region, then the easiest method, or not the easiest method, but like you have access to easier methods. So if you want to hyper train your Pokemon, you can get them to level 100 off of those kitchens. You can EV train them off of those SOS battles. You can just do what you need to do and use your bottle caps from the Alola region. Or you can use those Blissey bases. You can go horde hunting. Again, it's just really easy to train Pokemon. I'd still say it's easier in the Galar region, just with those the vitamins. But if you don't want to waste your resources from the Galar region, then you can always train them in an older game, transfer them up. The only thing you can't transfer are the egg moves, but at the same time, I just showed you how to get around that. So this is another very minor one, but it's just a Pokeball. If you want a Pokeball, most of the time you can just breed it down, but if you're using a Pokemon that can't breed down, like Ditto or a Legendary, I guess, like Type Null. No, wait, Type Null you can't catch, never mind. But, like, with the Swords of Justice, I guess. But I guess those are transfer Pokemon anyway. You know what? You can just catch it like that. And then there are those Pokeballs that can't breed down. We have a Master Ball and the Cherish Ball. So, for those two Pokemon, or those two Pokeballs, you can just catch it. Well, not catch it, but, like, your event Pokemon from the Cherish Ball. Transfer those up. You got some cool Cherish Ball Pokemon that had to be transferred. And then the Master Ball, well, you're going to have to waste your Master Ball. But hey, you got cool Pokemon, I guess. So, we're down to the final few tips. This is one of the best reasons to transfer your Pokemon. And it's ribbons. Old ribbons. So, look at my Terrakion. So, ribbons, they now give titles, which makes them so much better. Now, I didn't get every possible ribbon you can get on Terrakion, but I got a lot of them. And, look, we have Terrakion, the Tried and True. That is the title there. Terrakion, the Tried and True. But that's not all. That's not all. We got some cool ones. And that one's from Super Training in Generation 6. Super Training is a pain, let me tell you. But it's worth it to get the Tried and True. We also have we can have a Royal Master. You can have a few of them. Here, though, this is the reason you want to do this. Machoke. Machoke. This green, shiny Machoke looks like the Hulk. the formerly buff. Machoke, the formerly buff. Or Machamp, the formerly buff. But I already had a Machamp, so I had to settle on Violet Machoke. But still. Machoke, the formerly buff. You want Machoke the formerly buff, okay? Not the currently buff, the formerly buff. The formerly buff Machoke. You want Machoke the formerly buff. And I guess if you're a ribbon collector, you can get all the ribbons. I got all the ribbons on some mythical Pokemon. Let me show you. But I don't think they can top. I don't think they can top Machoke, the formerly buff. Look at this. That's every possible ribbon you can get on Marshadow. But I still think Machoke, the formerly buff, is just more impressive. Machoke, the formerly buff. Okay, so a quick 9.5 that I forgot about because I was talking about Machoke. This is also the only way to get the Master Rank ribbon on Pokemon that have older ribbons, or on Transfer Pokemon in general. So if you are collecting all the ribbons, this is your only way to get the Master Rank ribbon on the Pokemon by making them battle ready. Okay, so on to the final tip. I think the biggest reason you want to transfer these Pokemon is because if they're shiny, just cool, shiny, competitive Pokemon. Because this has never been easier. Because I don't like the Generation 8 methods. What, I knock out a bunch of random Pokemon and hopefully one of them's shiny? Or, like, I don't feel myself getting luckier with every battle. Let me just tell you. And, what's number one? Masuda method? I don't like the Masuda method. It takes way too long. My last successful Masuda method hunt was a Rowlet and Sun and Moon. I'm actually going for a Masuda method hunt right now. Well, not right now. I'm on, like, hiatus. But, like, I'm doing it. I don't know. But, yeah, my experience has not been good with Masuda method. But the Ultra Warp Ride, easy. SOS, slightly less easy, but still easy. Here's my SOS Pelipper. Not that one. This one. Very easy methods. Dexnav, really easy. Chain Fishing, super easy. Horn Hunting, incredibly easy. Well, I think it's much easier when you have a shiny charm. Friend Safari, very easy, never easy method. So many great easy methods. Heck, if you want to go for that Haxorus that's guaranteed shiny, Gyarados guaranteed shiny. I mean, we had a shiny Gyarados events, but whatever. Gibble and Dratini, they're guaranteed shiny in their generations in Black and White 2. Those are also worth it. Actually, I don't know if they're worth it, because I think the Friend Safari is better, but whatever. Easy, shinies, event Pokemon, like old shiny event Pokemon. You can have your old shiny event Gengar. I feel like it's not worth it, though, because Sludge Bomb's no longer cool, because it can naturally learn, or Sludge Wave. It can naturally learn Sludge Wave, but whatever. Yeah, easy shiny Pokemon. These ones, I think those were Dexnaved. I actually had those in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, but they were restricted Pokemon. Now they're legal. If I decide this Porygon that I Dexnaved, where is he? On this one. This Porygon that I Dexnaved, if I ever decide I want to make that one ranked, I can do that instead of like, just having it with a transfer move I don't need Charge Beam. I don't know what else to give it right now, but for now it's not. But if I ever want to, I got a shiny competitive Porygon. So that's cool. Or Porygon 2. So yeah, those are all the cool things you can do just by talking to this guy in a battle tower. I think this is one of the coolest updates, so I hope this video helped you decide on what to transfer, how to make the most out of your transferring, I don't know. But yeah, transferred Pokemon rock. They still rock. Some of them don't rock, but whatever.